Hey, all. It's Misha with As Long as You're Breathing, and it's an impromptu live. I came in and did not expect to do this. I expected to take the makeup off and go to bed, to be perfectly honest. But that's not what happened. I drew some cards to check the energy, and I was told, okay, you need to go live now. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm sure they're going to guide me as to what to say, because that's the way my life goes, as long as I'm breathing.
As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living.
All right. I was still checking on what I had drawn, and so sorry about that. Yeah, I had an amazing evening, you all. I hope you all did too. I went to dinner with my friend Glenda, and we had way too much fun because she and I laugh too much, and no, we don't. We laugh just right, and we had a great time. And then we went to the symphony. I haven't been to the symphony in a long time now, and it was really good. I enjoyed it very much. I love the strings. I love violins and cellos. Um, love the strings, and so there was a large string section, so I enjoyed that greatly. And it was just great to just get out and spend time with a friend. Sometimes we can love what we do. I mean, we can truly love it, live it and breathe it, and have no problem with it, which is my case. I love what I do. But energy can get stuck and we don't realize it. We can love what we're doing. We can have lots of great things in our lives. But sometimes we do need to shift things up a bit to move energy. So we experience different emotions, energy in motion. Sometimes we don't realize that we're getting too, well, not balanced. We're too focused on one part of our life, and we're not paying enough attention to the other parts of our life. I've talked about that a great deal, about how we have to edit our lives all the time. Be sure that what we're being, feeling, and experiencing is truly our authentic self, and that we have enough energetic bandwidth to do that and to show appreciation for it or gratitude for it, put energy into it, because whatever we have coming toward us, if we don't put energy into it, it won't keep coming toward us. That's what attracted it to us to begin with. So it's important sometimes, though, that we take a look at ourselves, because energy is always flowing. And if we are always doing the same things, and I'm almost always doing the same things, um, that can be an indicator that even though we think we're doing our energy management, we may need to take a look at it. I've started playing music again, as you all know. I've flooded you all with it, so yes, you all know. I've got new pictures on the wall. My friend Annette is an artist, and she did the gold is Archangel Uriel, the red is Archangel Metatron, and the green is Archangel Raphael. Annette is the one who did the acrylic pour. I believe it's acrylics. But anyway, it's all just a pour, and it's sky and grass. It's a landscape, and there are dragons in the pour. It's amazing. And so Annette and I go back. We went to nursing school together, so 36 years, and yeah, and longer than that, I'm quite sure, and forever, I'm sure. So I'm so grateful for that. But so moving something around in the house can shift energy. You don't have to necessarily go out to dinner with a friend and to the symphony, but changing our energy, doing something different, different emotions, different energy in motion. That's a good thing. I really haven't worked today at all, to be perfectly honest. I got up and I actually went to the store, which I did not want to do. But I'm so grateful that I was able to, and I was able to get what I needed, including chocolate. Because as y'all know, with the people who do this know you can't do this without chocolate. So I went and got chocolate and other things, healthy stuff too. And not that I'm saying chocolate's not healthy, but you all know what I mean. So, so yeah, I went to the store. I came home, put everything up, did my walk, did a couple other things, but then I went ahead and I played more music because I'm really enjoying it, and it's shifting my energy, and that's what I want to talk to you about. When it's anytime, anytime we have a shift in our energy, and we feel like we've gone from less dense energy to lighter energy, we really want to take note of what's going on at that time. If something has raised our vibrational frequency, there's a reason. And so we want to take note, is this lighting me up in my heart space? Is this giving me insight into what I need to be doing? Is this something that's going on that the control tower is trying to show me? Am I feeling this because the control tower is trying to get my attention and say, hey, we want you to notice this? What's going on that's causing this? I'm obviously flowing with it, flowing with energy. I'm in the flow. My vibration is going up. I'm spiraling upward. There's something here. I need to take note of this. And then once you take a note and you figure out what it is, stop, take a moment and ground that feeling in. Ground that feeling in. Now, this can be, for some people, a second, and they can just say, oh, ground this moment. They don't even have to do anything. Other people, they may need to take a little longer, especially if you've only started this, and you may really want to stop and do a few really deep breaths and really call the energy down and ask Mother Earth to help you ground it and hold it tightly and all of those things. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, especially if you've been going through no matter how long you've been doing this, if you've been going through something emotional or something like that, it's certainly a time to take a little more time with it when you get that moment of clarity, that moment of coming out of that dense energy into lighter energy, into less dense energy. That is a moment to stop and acknowledge and to ground that moment. Now, why do we ground that moment? So that when the asteroid belt starts coming toward us from that denser energy, because we were pulling that in, we were attracting it in. So all that momentum is still coming our way. Not a test. It's energy, folks. You're not being tested. It's not like, wow, I finally saw the light. Now the universe is going to test me. No, it's energy. And that stuff is coming your way. And so, yes, you're putting out a new vibration now. And so you've got new stuff coming, but that was already coming your way. So now you have to maintain that vibration while going through the asteroid belt of stuff that was already coming your way. Not a test, just energy. But as energetic beings, and knowing that that's what we are, we now know this. And so we know what to do. Ground that moment. So when those asteroids start coming at you, when you start feeling the dense energy pulling you, when you start having that, I don't know, maybe I imagined that. Maybe I really didn't feel that increase in vibration. Maybe I didn't have that awakening to more awareness, to more knowledge, to more understanding of things that I thought. Maybe not, because I'm feeling like maybe I need to slip back into. No, don't slip back. Go back to that moment of center where you grounded that energy. And it's waiting there for you to keep you in alignment with the shift that you made. You see, you made a vibrational shift. You made an energetic shift. Energy in motion has shifted in you to move you along your timeline and spiral you upward. And you need to maintain that. And so that's one way that we do it. When when the artwork arrived today, it wasn't supposed to come until Monday, and I'd gotten to see two of them, but Annette didn't let me see Metatron. She held that one back on me, so I just had to wait till it got here to see Archangel Metatron, and that shifted my energy. Of course, I was carrying things in from the car, and all of a sudden I felt a shift in energy. I felt, for those of you who are clairaudient or clairsentient or clairvoyant in some way or claircognizant. I got all of those at the same time. I felt it, I heard it. Um, I don't necessarily see as a clairvoyant, but I understand. Well, I do see. I see in my mind. It's not like I see physical right here, but I see in my mind. And and I had a knowing as well of something, a major shift that happened today in the energies that are affecting my life. And so my hands were full and I had to get in the door. So I stopped and I'm like, I grounded that moment because I've been waiting for this energetic shift and waiting and waiting and waiting. And so I got I got this energetic download about that's a download when you get, especially when you get it all those different ways. And so I got into the house, and it was a very emotional thing for me, and I grounded that. I thanked the universe. I thanked the divine. I thanked my higher power. I thanked my guides. I thanked everyone involved. I showed gratefulness. I showed gratefulness. I put energy out to show that not only am I grateful, but it's raised my vibration, and I'm showing gratefulness now. I'm putting emotion out that's higher vibrational to stay in alignment with this shift that I felt going on with my life. I grounded that moment. And then a little later today, I felt some energy that was kind of like, I feel energies when I'm in center, and when there's something pulling, manifesting on me, pulling me one way, or something like that. And I felt that pull. And I'm like, no, no, we're not going back to that energy. I've grounded the new energy, and I came right back to it. So we ground those energies. And that's how we withstand the asteroid belt coming in. So that's a very important thing to remember, is that, sorry, my allergies, you all, that when you've had a shift, ground that change, that feeling, and a shift for you may be represented as you have an aha moment or something you've been trying to figure out. Suddenly you're like, I know what I'm going to do with this. I know the answer. I've made a decision, something like that. Those are all energetic shifts. You're going to feel differently. You're going to be lighter because I'm no longer debating. I've made a decision. Now, the decision may be a little, the brain may be going, oh, are we really doing this? And you're like, yeah, and we're going to look great doing it too. People are going to, this is going to be amazing. Amazing, huh? Uh-huh. Yeah. And there's all kinds of good things coming from it. And then while the brain is still in that mode, then you ground it and you start taking steps toward it. That's how we transcend the brain, which is the dimension of the mind, the ego, which is trying to keep us where we're at because that's what we know. All right. Some people give the ego, some people say that we have to, I'll hear people say, finally, I've had death to my ego. Finally, I've been able to put ego completely aside. And no, ego is like our self-esteem. Ego is the dimension of the mind. It knows when we need to stand up for ourselves and when we need to say no to something. It knows what our parameters are. It knows when somebody it actually does deserve for us to have a boundary of some sort because they don't respect our parameters. And so ego knows many things and is very helpful. So, but the thing is, we don't want it controlling us. We don't want it blocking us from coming into our heart space and from communicating with the control tower, the higher dimensional energies that are helping us. with the synchronicities and their serendipities and all the other hits, intuitive hits that we get. And so, no, we don't want to kill the ego or destroy the ego or do away with ego. We don't want to be. I've heard that terminology a lot, and finally I've conquered my ego. I've finally I've had complete death to ego, and I'm never in ego. Well, we should be in ego sometimes. Ego is the dimension of protection. We've programmed this computer for a reason. We have that computer for a reason. Our mind, the dimension of the mind. Yes, there are many automatic functions that happen there, but there are many other good things that happen there. It's containing all the lessons, all the things we've gone through. It's got all of that. We need to control. We need to control it, yes, and not let it control us. But we need to include it. Absolutely, we have to include it. It's what tells us, okay, need to hold up a little bit here. Let's make sure about this. Don't let it get you stuck. But there's nothing wrong with sometimes taking a deep breath. Especially if it says, we've learned this. You just had a shift. Aren't we supposed to ground that? Yes, thank you very much. So see, we're not supposed to destroy the ego or completely overcome it or do away with the dimension of the mind. We're supposed to learn how to work with it and how to retrain it to work as one. You see, what we've become aware of is our energetic makeup and that we are multidimensional. We have the dimension of intuition, which resides in the dimension of imagination, where we can conceive of the story that our heart knows we're here to live. And then we have the higher dimensions of us that are not incarnate necessarily in the body because those energies are too high vibrational for that. But we access those and they can see what we can't see. And then, of course, we want to come back to the mind and say, and what have we learned? What have we been through? What are your thoughts on this? Now, anytime the mind is saying, well, I don't like that you're listening to something other than me, well, ignore that one, because we don't listen only to the dimension of the mind. Say, oh, no, we don't do that. Remember, we're all one. We operate it as one. Because if you are the only one running the show, we are not in vibrational alignment with self. It takes all of our dimensionality working as one, in flow, communicating with my entire beingness to help me do so I can be sovereign over this incarnation, this human being verb experience that we're having. So, what do you got for me that you know from things we've done before? What's the programming got? Oh, okay. So I'm part of the team. You're part of the team. Well, I like teams. Well, good. Let's talk. Let's work as a team. Okay. Well, this is what I got. I'm not real happy with this. And then it's going to give you all the reasons why. And then you have to come into, well, we were at a different level of consciousness when you learned all of that and when we did it before. Yeah. And I know this one. See, we retrain it. We rewire it. I know this one. You're going to tell me now we're at a higher level of consciousness. It's going to go differently this time. Yeah. How you know? Well, we're in touch with the control tower now, and we got the intuitive hit, and we're going this way and spiraling upward at the same time. And oh yeah, we have been doing that, haven't we? Yes, we have. All right, carry on. I'm on board. And so we can rewire the mind to work with us with all of this. So no, we don't want to do away with ego. Ego is what says, hold on a second. We don't let them walk over us like that. Hold on a second. Ego works with the solar plexus and says, oh, hold on a second. No, we don't do that. That's not how we show up in the world. That's not the energy we put out. So we don't accept that energy back. We are energy for energy. And that's our ego that does that for us. Now, when it says, no, we want to attract in, but We're not going to put that energy out. We just want to attract in for ourselves. Well, that's when the ego's gone too far and it's gone into selfishness. And it doesn't work anyway. Because when all you want to do is attract to you, treat yourself a certain way, but you won't put that energy back out into the world, you're not going to get that energy toward you. You may have some of it coming in because you've got yourself pulling that energy in because you're treating yourself that way. But the scope of that is limited. Open it up to the whole world. Treat the whole world that way. Mutual respect. And then the floodgates open and that starts coming your way. So that's how all that works, folks. So what has that got to do with, so that's what we do. We ground a shift in our energy. So we remember that moment. I took a bit of time to ground the shift that I felt today. As a matter of fact, I don't mind telling you, I went to my knees with it. I was so very grateful. It's so very grateful. And so, energy doesn't require that of me. The universe really doesn't require it of me. It's a respect thing. It's a thank you so much thing. It's a true gratitude thing. It was an extraordinary moment. It was an extraordinary shift for me. And so I put extraordinary energy into it. It was extraordinary. The download of energy I got, the shift I got was extraordinary. It was a culmination and acknowledgement of the shift I've been working on. And so when that happened, and we don't know when that's going to happen, it happens when it happens. So I put extraordinary energy out, extraordinary gratitude out, and grounded that moment. So that's another way we can do it. Just take a knee. Just take a knee and say, thank you. Just say thank you. It is energy, but it's conscious energy. And it feels our gratitude. It feels our gratitude. This conscious energy that I'm talking about vibrates at the frequency of unconditional love. It does not hand us a list of conditions to be loved. But what it does do is say, so how is it you're showing up now? This is what you can expect of me. Oh, okay. And then when we show up that way, then we're in vibrational alignment with self. And then we're showered with that unconditional love. We get it anyway. But the more in alignment we are, the more connected we are, the more of that energy we can take in. You see, the higher vibrational we are, the more high vibrational energy we can accept in. This is all energy, folks. It's all physics. It's scientific. If we are higher vibrational ourselves, then we can accept higher vibrational energy. We can accept more of that. And so we pull in more high vibrational stuff. And then we can accept more high vibrational energy. And so you see how this works. It's a spiraling upward while we're going along our timeline thing. So, all right. So then I got home tonight, and of course I was thankful and grateful, and needed to clear my energy because I've been out in public. That is one of the things we need to do. Although I keep gold and white light around me, and the gold light is reflective and deflective, so energies do not cross my perimeter. You still should clear your energy when you've been out and about. Clear your energy. Clear your space. Clear your energy. Bring yourself to center. And pull the cards before I went to bed. I'm like, oh, I'm going to check, see what the energy is. And I got the unicorn. Soul healing. Align with your essence and see your true colors. That's a beautiful unicorn. And I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. Align with my essence. See my true colors. Well, I believe after today, I believe I was in alignment anyway, but I believe I'm in more alignment now. And so my true colors, see my true colors. What does that mean? It means become more aware of your authenticity, your truth. When we align with our essence, our beingness, we are going to live the story we came here to live. And then we see our true colors. The light spectrum, that is where color comes from. And so the different vibrational frequencies of light, the gold light, the violet flame, the blue light, the crusted light, white light, unconditional love, gold light, wisdom. See your true colors. I'm like, okay. And then I got the Knight of Wands. Now, Knights, sorry about my allergies, folks. I'm really seeing the doctor Monday and getting that other medication. So it's going to get better. Knights are young energy. They're not kings. They're young energy. That doesn't mean it's a younger person necessarily. It can mean youth, but it's young energy. So, and this, the horse the knight's on, it's like prancing. It is a happy horse. It is like, it's not running like into battle or anything, because the Knight of Wands is a faster energy. Okay, this is the fastest knight in the deck. The other knights don't move as fast, but this particular horse, look, it's not like charging ahead, like it's running from something, or like it's running into battle. It's happy. See how it's like prancing? See, almost like it's moving quickly, but it's almost putting on a show too. I mean, it's happy. It's a happy horse. And the Knight of Wands, well, wands are good things, communication, good change, an idea, creativity. Something good is coming your way. And it may not have anything to do with a younger person, but it's going to be a younger, more youthful feeling energy. There's going to be something about it that's going to bring vibrancy. It's going to bring rejuvenation to you when the Knight of Wands is running in. Now, here's the thing about being an intuitive reader. You could look at this another day and read it differently. But I'm an intuitive reader. So for anyone out there who's like, that's not what the Knight of Wands means, it is right now. That's the intuitive read for it right now. Because I'm in alignment with my energy and I know what it means for me. So for those of you who aren't familiar with intuitive reading and you follow a lot of tarot and you're like, the reader I follow doesn't ever say that about the Knight of Wands. There are so many different ways. There's always a different way to interpret them. See, there's also pyramids in the background. I have a huge connection to Egypt, to ancient Egypt, as a matter of fact. And the pyramids are in the background. Pyramids are in the background. Another thing that happened today, so I know that my intuition is right, is in the middle of all of this, when I'm like, okay, this is, I know this, I know that I know that I know that I know. And then I thought, I need to message Glenda and make sure we're dressing up. I knew we were, but at the same time, I wanted to be sure. And before I could send the message, or at the moment I hit send, her message to me came saying, I'm going to dress up tonight. I want to take pictures. I want to take a lot of pictures. And then we laughed because, and then I was getting ready to say, so do you just want to ride together? And before I could send that, she said, oh, and I'm just going to pick you up. We're not going to meet. And so, and it was like, all right. I was going to message her. She messaged me instead. And we sent the message at the same time saying the same thing. And I was trying to get another one out when she was already messaging me, telling me what I was trying to say to her. That's a synchronicity. That's a triple. That's a 3 synchronicity. to say, you are dialed in. Yes, what you're getting right now is it's authentic, it's real. You're not making a mistake. You don't go second guessing yourself. You are dialed in. So I grounded that too, because I love that feeling when I know I'm dialed in and connected, and you can feel the crown chakra just doing this, and you're like, yes, okay, there's no doubt here. I don't need to second guess and ask and clarify and all of that stuff. I know that I know that I know. And so I know that I know that I know the intuitive read for this card for me at this point in time. And so if you do tarot, if you do oracle, if you do any of those things, the reason they're good is because they're a visual. That's why I use them. They're a visual, and truly they inspire me a lot of times for this stuff. It's they move the energy. I have an emotional response to the visualization, and they move energy, and then I'm communicated with because of it. It's all about energy, folks. So then it's like, okay, now draw an oracle, and I'm like, seriously, another one, and action. A white horse and a black horse running across the field. Action. And that is what I got earlier today, is some clarity on some action. And so that's the universe saying, I know where you're getting ready to go to bed. And we want to confirm what you know about today. You're in alignment. You know your true colors. You know who you are. And you grounded what you got today. And yes, there's movement. Movement in the direction that you've needed movement to be in. And yes, there's action. No mistake. So, I could ground that again. That's the universe making sure that I stay high vibrational, that I stay in this new vibrational frequency, because I still have the asteroid belt coming, because of the stuff that was coming at me, because I was in a slightly different vibrational frequency. Not a vastly different one, but a slightly different one. But you see, even if I make that slight shift back, then everything I have coming, I won't get that. I'll be going back to, even though it was just a slightly different energy, I'll get what I was getting, and not this new stuff, not the action, not the Knight of Wands. I won't be in alignment with my essence. And I'm in more alignment. So it's energy, but it's conscious energy communicating with me so that I understand. Stay in this alignment now. Stay here, stay here, stay here. Now, what's that got to do with preparing for nighttime? As you all know, I teach manifesting at night. I teach a system for doing daily energy management. And what I tell you to do is I tell you to do it before you go to bed. That's when I recommend. Now, a lot of people like to do this in the morning, and that's okay, but there's a really good reason to do it at night. You can ground in wherever you're at vibrationally at the end of the day. As you sit and you're like, okay, what happened today? What were the energy shifts today? What lit me up today? What's my energy right now? You can use those things to help you do your manifesting, which I'll go through with you here shortly. And you can, writing is grounding. And so when you start writing, you're grounding that energy. Okay? And then you manifest your next day, and we'll talk about what that means, before you go to bed. That's even more grounding. You have your next day based on the energy you're in right then, because of energy shifts that you've had during the day. And then you say, okay, this is what I came up with from here in my control tower. and checking with my dimension of the mind. And I'm going to go to sleep on it now. Universe, this or better. This or better, because remember, we don't get too attached to outcomes. Because when we do, we keep the universe from giving us better. If we tell it exactly what we want, it's got to be this way, well, that's all it can do. Or worse. But when we say this or better, it can zig us instead of zag us, because it can see that there's a better way here. Because of all the butterfly effect going on. And because of what we can't see. It is conscious energy and it wants the best for us. This or better. Best and highest good. Then you can go to sleep. Now, if you're one of those people that you wake up in the night and you've gotten into denser energy and you're like, man, I don't know, I'm feeling anxious about that. You reach over and you say, why am I anxious? It's grounded. It's there. The universe and I have already had our little powwow about it. So it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Then you put it down and you go back to sleep. So that's why you do it at night. Then the next morning, if you want to add to it or alter it in some way, okay. But do it at night to ground the energy shifts you've had during the day so you can hold on to them and so you have them to go back to when the asteroids start coming your way. You have grounded it. And you've also got the universe working on it while you're sleeping. You see, we're energy. Just because the physical body has to go to sleep, the energy never stops. The energy is still going. So all the rest of our multidimensional self just keeps working and working and working on things. So the universe and the rest of our multidimensional self, well, it's on this. It's already working on the next day for you. So that's why you want to do it at night. Now, what is it exactly that we're doing here? Well, we're taking sovereignty of self. We're taking responsibility for self. We are making sure that we are living from our heart space, that we're going to be in vibrational alignment with self. So we'll have our true colors. Color, beautiful color in our lives. The beautiful life. All of our gifts, all of the things we're supposed to get. So we'll be lit up, happy, healthy, whole, and complete. So, to do that, we silence everything, we clear our energy, we go within. What do I want to feel? Not how you're feeling. Not how you're feeling. Yes, our lives are stories that we've already written. But how we are feeling, how we are being, what we're experiencing when we start all of this, that's our character development. Okay, so that's where my character is at right now. That's my level of consciousness. All right. But we're in manifesting mode now. We're in creative mode now. We are in intuitive mode right now. We are conceiving of. We are opening up to what is next for me. What's tomorrow hold for me? What's the next thing? So, not where we're at. That's our character development. That's the description of our character board for our story. Now, this is where we describe the character. Okay, I know where I'm at, but where do I want to be? Let's check in with the heart. What do we want to feel? Oh yeah, we want to feel all of those things. And what do I want to be? Yep, all those. What do I want to experience? Be open to what you get. And then, to continue rewiring the brain, you create your own truth statement or affirmation for yourself. I am Meisha. I am feeling. And it's I'm going to feel. Make it so. It's real time. I'm going to be progressing and spiraling upward. So it's not I will feel, it's I am feeling. My energy is in the present. So I'm planning present. I am feeling. And then write the things you came up with. Happy, healthy, whole, complete, exuberant, grounded, blissful. I'm feeling creative. I'm feeling as if I'm progressing. I'm feeling like I got answers today. I'm feeling like I understand. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling self assured. I'm feeling at one with the universe. I'm feeling, and write down the things that you want to write down, that you want to be feeling, that you want to be feeling, not what you are feeling, what you want to be feeling. Remember, we're manifesting. And then I am being. Well, I'm being productive. I'm being focused. I'm being happy. I'm being joyful. I'm being playful. I'm being. I'm being. And then I am experiencing. I'm experiencing my heaven on earth in my unique vibrational frequency. I'm experiencing da 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 da. I'm experiencing abundance, success. I am experiencing. And then one statement to kind of put it all together, the highlights of it. I am Mesha, feeling da 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 da, being da 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 da, and experiencing da 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 da. And then that's my statement for the day. And I want to look in the mirror and I want to do that truth, that affirmation for myself that's in alignment with me, that nobody in the cheap seats got to say anything about. None of my traumas in the past got to say anything about. But me, my heart. I haven't even checked in with the higher dimensions yet, or the brain, going from the heart space. I know who I am. This is who I am. And so you look in the mirror and you say, I am Mesha, feeling grounded and connected and optimistic and enthusiastic. I am being productive, progressive, and being high vibrational. I'm being my multidimensional, authentic self, experiencing my heaven on earth, experiencing the life I came here to have, experiencing success, experiencing abundance. Okay? And then we have that statement. Put it on your phone, put it somewhere, and then several times, do it before you go to bed at night. Say it. Say it for the mirror. Okay? Mirror work is a beautiful thing. You know, when I was teaching all the twin flame stuff, I talked about how the beauty of twin flame and why twin flames can quantum leap healing things is because they can mirror with one another. The very thing that people say is the problem with twin flame and why twin flames have trouble getting together is because they're mirroring one another. Well, it's because they're using the mirroring wrong. There's a better way. Instead of using it to, oh my gosh, I see in them what I see in me and I don't want to see that. No, that's because we're trying to avoid it. We should be glad to see the things that we need to heal or progress from, because that means we've identified them and we can heal and progress from them. So mirrors are a good thing. Mirrors are how we rewire the brain. Mirrors are how we identify what's going on with us. It's how we know that my eye's watering and so my eyeliner just ran. Mirrors are a good thing, not a bad thing. So this whole notion that twins can't get together until they're completely healed or they'll mirror each other and they'll drive each other nuts. No, don't put that energy out there. Don't tell people that. Don't get people to propagating that in their mind and putting the energy out that mirroring with someone is a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a quantum leap. Because then you have someone who's experiencing something similar to you, and you have someone who will help you hold energetic space to move through that. spiraling upward and progressing. Mirroring is a good thing. That's why you go to energetic healers, is so they can mirror for you. That's what they're doing. They're mirroring for you so you can see, oh, that's what I'm doing. Oh, that's what I need to do. Oh, yeah. So, no, the fact that twin flames mirror one another, that's the beauty of it. That's the quantum leap. One of them. So, that's a good thing. We should want to mirror. And remember, the dimension of the relationship, whatever type of relationship, that's the safe space within which to do this in. This is me. This is how I show up. Oh, yeah, this is me. This is how I show up. Well, we're showing up mirroring one another. Oh, yeah, I see that in you. Crap, I see it in me too. What do we need to do about that? Well, let's talk it over. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Hold on a second. I just got an intuitive hit on something. I got that I should do it this way. Oh, that's even a better idea, especially for you, because you've got da-da-da-da-da going, oh, yeah, that's right, I do. And you quantum leap stuff because somebody is holding space with you energetically to keep you at a higher vibrational frequency instead of going down into the denser energies because, holy crap, I got something I got to work on here. Okay? Mirrors are a good thing. Mirrors are a good thing. All right? So, mirror work. Hi, glad to have you. And man, my allergies are glad to have you. My running eyes and running nose. So you do your mirror work with your statement, with your I am, and you say it frequently throughout the day. But you do it before you go to bed at night because you did it. Okay? You've got it ready. The other thing that you do is you put down what you're grateful for. And I don't teach that you have to do 10 things, 15 things, and they've all got to be different than you said in the past few days. I don't teach that at all. What are you most grateful for? What are you feeling? Write down 1, 2, 3 things. If it becomes a task and a chore for you, then it's not really accomplishing anything. So it should be the things that you're like, yeah, oh, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the experience I had today. I'm grateful for da-da-da-da. But then, and this is where we get into some work here. And you may want to save this for the next morning or you may not. You could do this either way. What am I lacking gratitude for? What? Nobody journals about what they're lacking gratitude for. We do. Because, yes, the shoulds can be a bad thing. When it's what you should do because society says so. When it's what you should do because it's what you did in the past and therefore it's what's expected of you or you expected of yourself. When we're shoulding ourselves like that, that's not a good thing. But when it's the life we've manifested and we should be grateful for it and we're not, then there's a problem. We've either identified that we don't have enough bandwidth energetically and that we need to do some redistribution of energy, or we've identified that we've manifested a life that either no longer fits us or that never fit us to begin with or somewhere in between. So by going to, okay, I have this beautiful, amazing life. What's in it that I'm really not grateful for? And you have to be brutally honest with yourself here. Because that's what will show you what you need to really work on. That's what identifies for you. I don't have enough bandwidth for the things I'm grateful for. And I should be grateful for the 3 houses I own. But I'm not. I know that makes me abundant. I know I manifested them, but they're draining me this way. They're draining me that way. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not grateful for that. And see, that shows you that no matter how impressed everyone is that you own all this stuff, no matter how hard you worked for it and how much it was something that was on your timeline at one point and helped you progress up even, it no longer energetically fits in your life now. Your story has changed. So that tells you, okay, I was thankful for them. I was grateful for them. It served, but it's something that served its purpose. It's time that I release those things energetically and make space for something else. So by identifying what we should be grateful for, but we're really not. That's how we identify things we need to turn loose of. I should be grateful for all these friends I have and all the invitations I have to go out because I worked really hard at developing this network of friends and having this really vibrant social life. But the truth of the matter is, I've got other things I want to do now. I want to put my energy here and I want to put my energy there and I want to put it here. Okay, you need to redistribute that energy. Let your friends know I'm not going to be going out as much. I appreciate you all, love you all, that hasn't changed, but I need to do some energy redistribution. It's just energy management. Because I have these things that I've manifested into my life or that I want to manifest into my life, and I have to free up energetic bandwidth for it. It's not personal. Or maybe it is now. Maybe what you're not grateful for is I'm not grateful for my job anymore. And it's because of that very difficult personality that I'm dealing with all the time. Okay, are they really difficult, or is there something with me I need to work on? And you see where this can all go. All right? So when we do what am I really not grateful for, but should be, that leads us over to journaling, and that leads us to our healing and or progressing that we need to do. So just put those down. You may want to do your agenda before you do that. So you do that last so you can go straight into journaling afterwards. The way you journal that is on the left side of the page, because that's what we're going to leave behind. So when you open your notebook, what do you look at when you open your notebook, folks? You look here on the right side. You don't look over at the left side unless you're really thinking about it. So everything you're going to leave behind, whether it's a trauma, whether it's societal programming, whether it's what people are shoulding you to do, or you're shoulding yourself to do, or whether it's stuff that just no longer serves you. It was great, but it's time to move on from it, or it's time to redistribute the energy and not put so much into it. That goes on the left side. Sometimes we need to really pour our hearts out there. Other times, though, we can just write a word or two and identify what it is. Remember, the less energy you put into that, how much energy have you already put into it? How much more do you really want to give it? If you can just identify it, so you can transmute the energy, take the energy, bring it from dense to light, and pull your fragmented energy back to you, the better. But if you need to pour it all out, if you're hurting, if your energy in motion is truly needing to pour all of it out, then by all means do so, but do it on the left side of the page. And then I don't care how many left sides of the pages you have to do. Then when you're all done, the right side of the page has the right stuff. And the right side of the page is what you're going to look at when you open the notebook. Not this stuff that you already did. No, we don't want to put our energy back there. So we don't even need to look at that. On the right side, we put what our truth is. We put what we're in alignment with now. We put where we're putting our energy now. We put what our energetic bandwidth consists of now. And then, if we find ourselves, the asteroid belt's coming and we're being pulled back into that, no, if we have to, look over and say, oh yeah, I recognize that. That's why the asteroid belt is coming. You're not being tested. That's the energy you were in, and so you still got energy coming at you from that. The momentum was already started, okay? Or it's somebody who knew you before, and that's how they knew you, so they've circled around, and they're trying to come at you with that, and it's like, whoa, our energies don't match now. What's up with this? And there's a very good chance that they will try to bring your energy back to that. No, hold on. What's going on here? No, that doesn't work. Oh, and then you look over here. This is my truth. This is why it doesn't work. So this is where you're holding space for yourself energetically to keep yourself in vibrational alignment. And you're grounding it when you write it. You're grounding it when you're leaving it. I'm leaving it. I'm letting it go. I'm releasing it. I'm forgiving it all. I'm turning it loose. I'm transmuting it. This is my truth. I'm grounding my truth. So they're mirrors, but we look at the right one. So that's how you journal. And that's how you heal and progress and keep moving forward. Okay? Then your agenda for the day. Then you plan your agenda for the day, for the next day, since I tell you to do it at night. So when you do this at night, you need to pick out, you should have this list of everything that you need to do. That's like your master list of everything you've got going on, everything you need to do. You need to do a brain dump and have a master list. But you don't want to look at that master list every day. If you look at that master list every day, you're going to go, oh crap, I'm never going to get that stuff done. And you go into a denser vibration first thing. So you don't want to see that list. What you want to see is a list that says, these are the 3 things I'm going to accomplish. Well, those are pretty big 3 things. I probably better just do 2. And then that's my business. Now my personal life, I'm going to do, oh, that's a big one. I'm just going to tackle that one thing there. Okay, it's a better day. It's not such a heavy thing. I'm doing 3 things there and 3 things here. Whatever you can actually manage that is not overwhelming you, that's not going to take you into denser energies. So you're not setting yourself up to have a day that fails. A day that doesn't go anything like you expect it to, where you can't get the things done that you've written down because you've overloaded yourself, is going to make you denser energy. It's going to bring your vibration down. If your vibration comes down, you're going to be less productive. You're not going to have the energetic bandwidth for what you're trying to attract in. So don't plan a day that does that. Be realistic. Remember all your true self-care you have to do. You have to do your energy management. You have to go within. You have to connect. You have to clear your energy. You have to be grounded. You have to be centered. And you have to do this. You have to plan time to do this, because this does all of that too. And then you have your physical to take care of, your mental, emotional, spiritual. Now, a great deal of that is taken care of through this, but not all of it. So you have to have time, energetic bandwidth, energy to put into it, because see, your energy management is your time management. You don't overload yourself energetically, and then you always have enough time to do the things that you are meant to do. When we're living from our heart space, we don't overload our energetic bandwidth. We always have the time to do the things that we are meant to do, that we're in alignment to do, that are in alignment with us. You see, we're being called to edit our lives. We're being called to be very selective, not to live big and maybe we enjoy it, maybe we don't. Everything is so hectic, da-da-da-da-da. But to live concisely and precisely, that's elegance and decadence, and that's luxury. That is big thinking. This is luxurious thinking. I've got the space to do this. I've got the energetic bandwidth to do it. I have the luxury of being able to flow through this. I can enjoy what I'm doing. I can enjoy my self-care. I can enjoy the energetic connections I have with family or with friends or with a loved one, because I have the space for it. Now, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with having a big life, but edit your life first so you learn how to do this, and then add to it what's in energetic alignment. And what you're going to find is we're always in relationship. So the more of these relationship dimensions that you build, you'll see, instead of you carrying all of that, because relationship means other people are interdependent with us, we are working with them. See, we're exponential whenever we're in relationship. When things are going well at work because you have formed a 1 + 1 = 3 dynamic there, you all are performing exponentially. When you and your spouse, your loved one, your significant other have formed a 1 + 1 = 3, it's not just you doing and them doing. No. Now you've got 1, 2, 3 energies working on the same thing. Okay, maybe some of your stuff is different, some of their stuff is different, but you have this other dimension of energy that backs all that up, and what y'all have put in there to do together. You have just created an exponential life. That's what relationship does for us. That's why we get business partners, and then the business partner, as you and your business partner find somebody to work for or work with or whatever. That becomes the relationships that you're in. That's what makes your business. You and your partner are sitting there by yourselves. You don't have a business. You have to have that third. Okay, same thing here. You by yourself and somebody else by themselves, all they've got is themselves. And that may be incredible. It is incredible. We're all incredible. But we're all always in relationship, whether we think we are or not. So don't just be in relationship with whoever. Be in relationship intentionally. Attract in who you really want to be in relationship. Who do you really want for your friends? Who do you really want to be intimate with? Who do you really want in your family to be close to? And who do you just kind of want to, okay, I'll see them at Christmas. I mean, let's be real. Because remember, we go back to gratitude. What am I really thankful for? And what am I not really thankful for? And we edit our lives. But when we create these relationships that make us exponential, that's how our lives get bigger. That's how we have the energetic bandwidth for a bigger life. All right? So then you put your agenda for the next day. Only what you can truly accomplish. And then we already did our journaling, so we don't do journaling now. We've already done it. That's when you've gone to the mirror, you've read your statement, you're ready to go to bed. Or relax with the spouse, relax with the family, whatever you want to do. But you've got this. My day's manifested. My tomorrow is manifested. I'm going to sleep, and the other dimensions of me and the universe, they're going to be working on this. It's all under control. It's grounded because I wrote it down. So when you get up the next morning, or if you wake up in the middle of the night, oh yeah, took care of that. We're good to go. Next morning you wake up, you don't have to figure out what your day is. It's right here. And you see, you wrote all that down. And your energy shift you made yesterday, that's where it came from. You were in that higher vibrational energy, and you're like, I don't want to feel. Oh yeah, I want to keep feeling that. I might even want to feel a little better than that. And so you wrote all of that down. So if you wake up and you're like, the first thing is you get a message from someone that tries to pull you back in that lower energy. Here, you just grounded that other. And so you get up and you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, that's the energy I'm in now. And you get yourself back up into that new vibrational frequency or that new level of consciousness. This becomes your mirror to help you. Oh yeah, no, this is who I am. Help you remember, help you get your day started right. So I truly believe in the energy management living system because that's how it works. And if during the day you have one of these moments like I had, that these cards were pulled to remind me of, well, stop and write that down too, on the right side. Now, if it's taking you from a place that you're leaving, write about that on the left, and then write the good stuff on the right side. So you've got that and you grounded it in your journal too. But this is energy management living, folks, and this is why we should do this at night. Now, you can do it the next day if you want, or you can divide it up and do the journaling the next day if you want. I prefer to work things like that out at night so I can sleep, so I don't have to think about them. So the other multidimensional aspects of me don't have to put any more energy on it. Resolve it as soon as possible. The longer we let things go on, the more we're putting that energy out into the universe, and we're attracting more of that to us. So doing it that night pulling your energy, transmuting that, pulling your energy back to yourself, getting your multidimensional self and the universe, the energy you're putting out there, on board with where you're identifying is your story. That's what you want to do. We want to do those things as quickly as possible because energy is still flowing. So we don't want to put things like that off. We want to live with intention. We want to pull our energy to ourselves and have all of our energy go out with intention. So it's building that life, that happy, whole, healthy, complete life, that we're in vibrational alignment. So we show up where we're supposed to. And the butterfly effect we put out is the right butterfly effect. And this person gets what they're supposed to, and that person gets what they're supposed to, and this one gets what they're supposed to. And we are stabilizing wholeness, oneness, the universe, the cosmos, from the micro to the macro, from the smallest part of our life all the way up to the cosmos themselves. The one and only you is the greatest gift you've got to give. And the most unselfish thing you can do is be in alignment with the one and only you and show up that way. It's the most unselfish thing you can do. You're getting your own happy ever after, whatever that was you wrote for yourself. You're pulling into your life that which you're supposed to pull up into your life. You're getting your healthy, happy, whole, complete because you're lit up about things. You formed your exponential relationship so you can have a bigger life. You've got the energetic bandwidth to do the things that you say you're going to do, that your heart space says to do. And so your time management is taken care of. You're stable. There's no chaotic energy there or minimal chaotic energy there. You're showing up as you with your parameter out there. So chaotic energy starts to come in and goes, whoa, I don't match with that. Well, if they try to bulldoze you anyway, well, then that's when you try to communicate. And if that doesn't work, then yes, that's when you put your boundary up. And you may have old people circling around that don't know you've changed energies, and so they try to do that. Or maybe the astro field, the astral belt, the stuff you already had coming your way. There's also this, folks. When we put energy out there to attract something into us, we attract a lot of stuff that's at that vibrational frequency. We have to choose what's right for us. What is for now? What is something I already did or that's similar to what I already did? And it was great, but I already put energy into that. I want to put energy into this instead. Oh, that's great too. But energetically, all the other things about myself, that's a for later thing. So you let that one go by, but you make note of it. Yeah, I want to do that sometime, but it's not time for that yet. We have to be selective so we don't overload ourselves with the energy that's coming toward us. We have to selectively pick. You see, we get high vibrational. We start pulling in high vibrational stuff. That is why we have to know who we are and live with intent. So we don't just catch everything. You know, we have the asteroid field of stuff coming toward us. That's denser energy because we were already manifesting that and it was moving our way. And so we're dodging that. Well, that field that's coming in behind it, that wave coming in behind it, that your new high vibrational level of consciousness is bringing in, well, it's got all kinds of stuff in it that now matches your energy. That's why we want to set intentions. So, yep, there's all kinds of stuff that matches my frequency. That one's mine. I've set my intention for that. The universe gets that and they're like, oh, Bill, the universe even helps you with it. Nope, let's pull this away. Let's pull that away. Let's slide that right toward them. See it? Yes, I got it. Catch it? Yes. Oh, wait, there's like 3 different options of that. Let me go within. Which one is best? Check with the control tower. Mind, what do you think? Oh, we did this before. No, don't do that. We're at a different level of consciousness now. What else you got for me? Well, okay, these are the statistics on that we read about the other day, and this is because this is programmed. So, and I know that what's the heart space say on it? because we've trained the mind now to know that it's not just up to it. It is our whole multidimensional self that is making these decisions, that is setting these intentions, that's manifesting the life we're living. Energy management living, folks. Align with your essence. See your true colors. Be your authentic self in alignment. And see the prancing horse with the youthful, exuberant, rejuvenating good news coming in quickly, happily, healthy, whole, and complete. So you can be energy in motion, action. So you have a life that is moving, that you are not stuck. I know that was a lot. I've gone over an hour, but it's good stuff. It's what I'm going to go to sleep on. How about y'all? How about we all do that? So we can be in alignment. Know our authentic self, our true colors, every day, as long as we're breathing. Because that's how we live in great big company. Good night.